Imagine a number, a very, very big number, 114 billion. That is how many pennies are believed to be out there. Across America, in jars, under sofa cushions, everywhere. It is a massive amount, a true mountain of coins. So many tiny copper faces. These pennies are not all copper, not anymore at least. Pennies made before 1982, they were mostly copper. But newer pennies are different. They are mostly zinc inside, with a thin copper coating. A change made to save money. Why do we have this many? Pennies tend to disappear, they fall out of pockets, they get lost in cars, people collect them in jars, but often they just sit there, not moving. The story of the penny is changing. The biggest reason is simple, it costs too much to make them. Think about that for a moment. A penny is worth 1 cent. But to make 1 penny, it costs the US Mint more than 2 cents. Actually, in recent years it has been closer to 2.7 cents. That is a loss on every single one. This loss really adds up. When you make billions of pennies, the government loses money. Millions of dollars each year. Money that could be used for other important things. Schools, roads, healthcare. It is taxpayer money after all. Many other countries know this. They stopped making their lowest coins. Their 1 cent pieces are gone. And life went on smoothly. The numbers do not lie. If penny production stops, what about those 114 billion? The ones already in our hands and in our piggy banks? They will not just vanish, not overnight anyway. There will be a plan, a way to manage them, a slow, steady phase out. It is a big logistical task. Banks will likely be key. They're on the front lines of handling our money. They might start collecting them, taking them from businesses and from individuals like you. When you deposit your coins, these collected pennies would then go to the Treasury or the Federal Reserve System. So what does the Treasury do with billions of old pennies? Melting them down is possible. To reclaim the metals inside, the zinc and the copper. These metals have value, they can be recycled, used for other purposes, but this process also costs money and needs careful handling. The penny becomes a keepsake. Section 4, pennies in your pocket, still money for now. This is a big question. If they stop making pennies, can you still use the old ones? The answer is important. Yes, existing pennies will almost certainly remain what we call legal tender. This means they are still real money. You can legally spend them, at least for a period of time. Businesses could still accept them if a customer wants to pay with a handful of pennies. A store could take them, but they might be encouraged not to give pennies out as change to customers. This helps them flow out of active circulation naturally, a gentle way to phase them out. Think of it as a transition, a slow and steady change. It would not be a sudden stop, no penny ban overnight. Over time, you would see fewer and fewer pennies in daily life. Section 5. Life without 1 cent, the art of rounding. So if there are no pennies, how do cash transactions work? Especially when prices end in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, or 9 cents. The answer is rounding. It is a simple system already used in many places, and it is quite fair. When done correctly, it becomes second nature. Here is how it usually works. The total bill is rounded to the nearest 5 cents. So, if your total is $1.21 or $1.22, it rounds down to $1.20. If your total is $1.23 or $1.24, it rounds up to $1.25. This rounding only applies to cash transactions. If you pay with a card, a credit card or debit card, or if you pay online, the amount will be exact to the very last cent. No rounding is needed then. Technology handles the precise sum. Section 6. More than just cents, the penny's enduring legacy. The penny is not just metal, it is not just 1 cent. It holds a piece of history, a piece of American identity. Think of Abraham Lincoln, his profile on every coin, a reminder of a great leader. The Lincoln cent started in 1909, marking his 100th birthday. A long, long tradition. The penny also carries phrases like, "In God we trust" and "E pluribus unum," out of many, one. It has seen so much, wars, peace, good times, bad, it is part of our culture. A penny for your thoughts. Penny wise, pound foolish, these sayings will likely live on. And what about collectors? Some pennies are already valuable. Once production stops completely, even common pennies, especially uncirculated rolls or pennies from the final year, might gain some collectible appeal. The penny's journey as a coin for daily use may indeed be coming to an end.